Good morning, beautiful family in the light. So much love to all of you on this beautiful Tuesday, 3-3 Ascension Gateway portal day, a very powerful day indeed in March. And I wanted to just take the opportunity to just share a bit regarding what's running through me on this recent Facebook jailing. Hi, Demetrius. That several of us have been facing, such as Yukia, such as Greg, Todd. I mean, there's just so many of us, and it's not first time, second time. There's been several times, and also what really is taking place and the feeling. Hi, Kimberly, darling. And what's it like when somebody just decides to block you and report you, whoever that is, and it's totally unjust, and you kind of don't have a voice to say anything. And then on top of it, Facebook decides to sort of put you in this thing called Facebook jail. And there's really no appealing or anything like that because they just make a decision on their own. And what goes through the person? And where am I with it? And what's really the inner wisdom that I'm sharing? Because I had a very grateful. Many of you made comments, and I had one particular person said, it's important to also have the reflection, which I have. So I just want to share a couple of things about this. Number one, I have spoken about this. I've done a bunch of videos on this, so nothing is new. Whenever we say yes to our calling, whenever we decide to be public with it, whenever we're really fully showing up and serving that truth within ourselves, that truth, that presence carries a vibration that makes those individuals who are ready to serve their calling sort of like ignite them and inspire them, while simultaneously individuals who have their density and insecurity and they still haven't accepted their own true nature, it would really piss them off. I've done tons of videos of this, so you can look at it later. And so whoever that has decided to report, let's say it was a 1 minute video that it was in January, I did being at a river. And this 1 minute video was posted on Multidimensional Living. Somebody there reported it. It's a 1 minute video. I'm at a river that I've been going for years, and it's so healing. So many of you have seen also the videos, the amount of insights that has been shared there. Are there haters there? Absolutely. Are there lovers there? Absolutely. And it all depends where the energy goes. So this video that I posted was just 1 minute. It was on my Instagram, and it was posted with the Instagram. It also shows up on my own personal page. This was removed because through Facebook it was considered flag because it went against their community standard and spam, which is interesting. So they locked me until March 9th. And then I send email, I send message to little message that they have. I was like, this is unjust. Why would a 1 minute video, how could this be against any community standard? Like, what's going on? So no response back from Facebook and all of that. Then the video on Friday that I did with Michael, where we've gone through a lot of the healing, as usual, whatever I experience is part of the inner teacher, I share that publicly. So it was Michael and I on our couch, and I'm talking about how the healing within, and now I'm on my way to the urgent care. And this was posted on my own page, and that was removed, and that was considered spam, and also spam or against their community standards. So somebody had reported me. So what's so interesting? What is going through me? I've been very calm. Some of you expressed that must be so frustrating. There is a frustration absolutely in there because, Michael and I share so much. We have lots of activities, lots of events, lots of circles. We do a lot for the community of light here globally. And so we are of service, answering our call. So, of course, there are energies that we know they may not necessarily want that, and that's okay. They do their part, no problem. They still cannot really touch us because we're going to continue with Facebook or not. It's going to continue. So Michael has then been forwarding the posts, such as like tonight we have our free silent meditation, which is the meditation, global meditation um, for that everybody gathers to hold the vibration of light. So one of the things that I have discovered along the way is whenever these things happen, I see within myself, I don't look at it again as negative. Is it frustrating? Yes, a little bit, but I don't get pulled into it, anything. And I really sit in this vibration of like, okay, what is a universal message also for me? This somebody is again blocking Facebook together, whoever's reporting. Somehow, somehow something has triggered a response that their reaction has been this. And so, and it's usually whatever information, insight that I'm sharing, if it resonates, deep truth, it really ignites others. And if it doesn't, those who are in a very deep, insecure space, where they have this hole that cannot be filled, I am a complete witness that they can't sit in my vibration and they're very uncomfortable and it really throws them off. And I've witnessed this. So whether some of you have been a witness that's my journey, you've seen the Jesus lover hater. Like Demetrius, you were there, you see the amount of attacks coming and that. And so many of us, again, when we're public, we this energy does come. That is part of to see, are we gonna get triggered? Are we gonna get thrown into a place? And in my case, there's none of that. If anything, hi Mary, so much love. In my case, is sitting in here being a witness that there's so much more light being raised. Now we have also our Ascension Alchemists page. So person or persons that are uncomfortable with this, they're coming in a little bit stronger, and that's okay. But me and Michael, that's our time to see, are we getting thrown around or not? We're not getting thrown around. We're going to continue, and just this life continues. If a minuscule, like little, I feel this like a dust particle that wants to block me till May, block it. But you're not going to stop the force of this light that is here to support humanity's ascension, the personal ascension, the prayers that go out. You're not going to be able to touch it. So that's okay. Like, do what you can, because that energy wants to see if I'm going to have a negatively charged response. The other part of it that I do feel is also important is that, as some of you watched this Friday, there was a blockage in my ear regarding this wax that was removed. So we all have blockages. We all have things that are multi layers that is being removed because it's coming to our sight in front of us so that we can finally address it. Address what we weren't able to address that have been within the hidden planes. So we have days like today that this streaming force of these light codes are coming in even stronger. So it's going to shine light on all areas. And this too is part of the ascension journey. This too is part of the divine plan. This blocking of Facebook is also part of the ascension journey, because it is being brought to my presence to see how I can address it. Am I going to be thrown off? Am I going to be frustrated? Am I going to scream and have a tantrum? None of that. Because I can see the ridiculousnesses of it. And I also see the desperation energy underneath it. I can totally see what is taking place. And I also am very aware of the haters. Believe me, I don't speak of it because I don't put the energy in it. I'm very, very familiar of the ones that are hating, really, really hating. But I'm also very aware of the magnificent individuals that are really loving and supporting. So, but again, it's once we are able to see, we can see very clearly in our community. So I'm just focused on what I got to do. I'm not going to get involved with anything else. And that's where it is. So right now, as some of you read it and some of you feeling that frustration, is because it is unfair. So how is it that a Facebook platform such as this decides on its own, totally unjust, totally unfair, without a person being able to have a voice? They just block you and they put you in this kind of like place for 2 months and you can't say anything. But you can't really appeal it either, because there isn't really a place for appeal. You can send it, but there's no reply you get. There's no communication. So there's just one way of communication. They decide on their own, and it's a total abuse of power. But what is happening energetically? That also communicates this abuse of power. We are in a place where the abuse of power has completely taken place for a long time. And what are we, light workers, bringers of light, the star seeds, the warriors, the peace warriors, the rainbow warriors? We have come to bridge this. We have come to bring this heavenly realm onto earth, to bring this into a state of balance, to bring the divine power that belongs to everyone. So it's not abusive, because this is a true abusive power where it is decided on their own, and then that's it. It's just decided on their own. So what does that also say? So many of us that have been under this energy. So I'm going to take it to an extreme level. I have openly spoken about the sexual abuse and whatever. It no longer plays a part, but that experience when somebody is in a position of power does something and it violates your right. So, for example, on Friday, I did speak publicly about when we went to the urgent care. I hadn't gone to urgent care for 30 years. And it was 30 years since I was like 16, when I had a cut in my hand and I had to get all these stitches. But I was underage. I had to wait for my parents that hadn't come in yet. We didn't have at that time green card. My English wasn't that great. And also, we didn't have insurance, anything. But this creepy doctor had me come into the room to examine me, but he had me undressed and came like fondled my vulva like very inappropriately. And at that time, I was so like shamed and embarrassed. I didn't even know what to do. I feel like I didn't even have a voice at that time. And I just addressed this on Friday. And how interesting, there's that healing that I can easily speak of this, because I'm on the other side of so much healing that has taken place. So on an extreme level, here it is, Facebook in a position of power decides to do something without giving you the ability to have a voice. And what is that feeling? You can only feel this empowered if you truly have stayed within that disempowering energy. Why this doesn't touch me so much? Because I've gone through the healing and transformation, particularly being handled by the abuse somebody is a physician, being able to touch a young teenager inappropriately like that, touch my private parts and leave me there, and to have me feel shame. But that wasn't it. I had experienced sexual abuse before. So it was this energy that needed to be transformed. And so much healing has taken place in the sacred divine feminine energy of healing and forgiveness of this masculine energy that has abused its power. And we are with the abusive power that has created harm so much to earth, to the children, to the women, to the elderly, to the men, to the women, to animals, and all of that. And we can go into battlefield with it. Like right now, Facebook, I can go into battlefield with it. Or here as I am on the other side of the pain, of the suffering that was my life many, many, many years ago. But I'm on this side of it, and I'm able to see, no, there's not a trigger. I'm not going to go in a battlefield with Facebook. I'm going to extend still my love, and I'm going to extend my love to also the haters that have maybe the voice that I brought in, speaking of this, triggered people, and they didn't like that. Maybe because they have to go through their own healing, they have to go through their own forgiveness, and they have not been able to forgive yet their abuser. So they're still in that suffering program is still running through them. Who knows? Whatever it is, I'm right here. Here I am in front of you. I'm in this place where it is peace inside of me. And there is no battlefield. Now they blocked me till all the way till May. So I cannot share comments on your pages, on the wonderful groups, can't on my own share things at all, but I can continue to make comments and videos or whatever on my own page, and that's what I'll do. This voice is going to continue because this voice is not blocked. This voice is here to speak the voice of truth. And those who will not own it, that's okay too. They too are part of the ascension journey. They too are part of the divine plan. All I know is whenever I've triggered individuals, that's because that's part of their healing, and that's okay. But whatever I share publicly, and my life is its own teacher. Whatever I go through, I bring it out because one part is for me to experience, the rest of it is to share it. And this is part of the maturity to handle situations like this, to know, okay, look how immature this is. Like, seriously, Facebook decides without asking me, decides because look how threatening it is that I'm at a river for 1 minute and I'm showing beauty of nature. It's considered threat or like spam, so they have to block it. Or Michael and I are sharing this love space with clothes on, talking about healing, talking about going to urgent care. It creates a, like a spam. But look at where that consciousness is. When you see consciousness like that, that's so limited, so retracted, it's just so ridiculous. You feel sorry for it. I feel sorry for the folks in Facebook that are like, that are like this for whatever reason, or whoever that has reported me because it really bothered them that I was at a river for a minute talking about healings that's been done, and they want to report that. So then I go to what's called the Facebook jail till now, end of May. No problem. They ain't gonna touch me. I continue to love you. I continue to expand my love because my journey here on earth is to love and to embody love and to share the love. Whatever I go through, bring it into the light, bring it into the love, and expand that. I refuse to meet an energy that's that disconnected, that's that dense, that's so narrow in its consciousness. I refuse to give my power to that. And I refuse to give my energy to energy that wants to pull me to a direction that is inception to where I'm focused. And I am focused on sharing the vibration of the light of love. And I'll continue to do that. And it's an invitation for all of you, just like as I always come across these, I share the guidance, I share the wisdom. So in the meantime, what happens? This space opened up because I cannot share. Michael will share. If you find my information valuable, the post on this Honey Burden author speaker page, on an Ascension Alchemist page, on my page, since I can share, you will share it. Demetrius, you've been incredible sharing it. So, Demetrius, you've been the most generous person that always shares with so much love, and I'm so grateful to you. Some people just take the material and they never share it. That's part of your journey too. I feel the resharing is very valuable because we're all in it together. So many times I talk about like what's happening. Like a couple of days ago, I met another sacred beings, extraterrestrial being called BTNs. They're frog-looking beings, and they help assist in removing some of these traumas inside my mouth. And it was opening. It was so beautiful being able to connect with them. And so I'm one that's going to bring information. And if this, bothers people, okay, let it bother people. But if it inspires people, let it inspire people. It's not going to stop my life. I'm going to continue We're going to continue with our events. We're going to continue with our service, such as tonight. We have our free silent meditation, 8 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It is to hold the highest vibration of love for Gaia and her humanity. You fill yourself with love and you share it. It is live stream on our YouTube page at Ascension Alchemists. All of you are welcome. All of you are welcome to all of the events. So join as you like. We're not going to let Facebook immaturity block the energy flow. And this is also in a larger picture. Whatever is happening in life will continue. We're not going to let cousin, mother, uncle, colleague, coronavirus, whatever it is, to stop us from living as the being of light that we are. The true vibration of this light that we came to embody on earth and live from and to serve from. And that's what creates a true threat to those who are in very dense vibration. But that's okay too, because that energy too needs to transform back into light. And it will. Eventually, we are all getting there. Some of us are further on, some of us are a little bit further back. We are exactly where we are. And okay, so on this 3-3 gateway, 3-3, it's a holy trinity, and it's doubled. It's another mirror image, and it expedites. So what's happening? There's more streaming force coming in. As it's coming in, what is an energy that does not want this? It's the energy on the planet that does not want the divine sovereignty of all of us to truly be, because it's plugged into the limited part of ourselves and wants to continue to be fed from there. And it can only be fed from there if we are allowing it. And there are examples such as today, such as Facebook ridiculousness, putting me in jail. No problem. I'm not going to give my energy into it. And you also have that choice not to give your energy into it. You also have the choice with all things happening in your life, not give your energy into it. When you recognize your energy is sacred, you will handle it very differently. I'm going to continue. Please stay connected with me on these pages, and please share what I share. I appreciate it. That's the greatest thing you can do. Michael is going to reshare. I'll continue, and I'm going to keep smiling through it. Unaffected, recognizing whatever wants to block, it can attempt, but it can't touch this. Because this is love. And love will not be touched. Because that's what we are. So, I hope to all of you so much love. And this was me addressing this Facebook experience. And I invite you all to please join me on Instagram, where there's more free, at Ascension Alchemists, as well as HoniB 1111. Thank you so much. Love to all of you, and have a magnificent 3-3 Ascension Gateway portal. This is also part of the divine plan. So much love.